fitting them, they're kind of looking at this person, the person's laying there out, and they're like, okay, how do we put one on? And I don't know if you guys keep everyone in hand, but there's no real measurement to determine, okay, this is the right size. It's almost like you have to go size them up and say, okay, this person is really small, they have no neck, so that'll be a stout. Or the average person is going to be a size, I think it's a short. Regular is a little bit taller, and a super long neck is a 500 tall. So those are all different sizes. And then you have, like, a child is usually an extra small. So it's just kind of, if you put one on, it doesn't look right, put a different one on. When you get one on, who's going to be the guinea pig? Jeff, is that your name?
Yep, Jeff.
Okay.
He's cleanly shaven over there.
Okay. So, let's see.
So, Jamie, the majority of people, you think try a short first. Is that our go-to?
It's probably the short is majority of people.
Okay.
That's the average neck. But that is kind of a hit and a miss.
Okay.
I'm probably a short. I believe I'm a short, so that's what this one is. Yeah, I'm a
Oh,
short.
that doesn't look too short. Oh, that's good to know. Okay.
So, let's see. Jeff?
What do you do with somebody who's really obese and has no neck?
That's stout. That's this. Let me show you. That's this one.
And Jamie, if you wouldn't mind, what I'll do is I'll get a list from you, like you said, of the top ones you think we would use. We get a lot of no necks, regulars, and probably small, but we'll get a list there. And that could be, is that stout?
This is me, and that's
Okay.
stout, so it's
Okay.
too short for me. But this is your no necks.
Okay. We'll get a list so we can check our inventory and make sure we have, and then we'll label it as well. Is the stout used for peds as well, or is there a different extra small?
No, extra small.
Okay.
And then when you get your really skinny older ladies, that's usually an extra small as well.
Okay, so short, stout, and extra small is probably our big three. We'll check
So
our
once in a
inventory.
while, I mean, no matter what you do, you put it on, you're like, this thing doesn't work, and sometimes it doesn't, and that's where we have to come in and personally modify it.
Okay.
So, let's see. And I always kind of break them in a little bit too, because they're really non-forgiving and tough when you first put them on. So you just kind of, I break in the plastic a little bit. Hey.
Thank you.
So, let me just take a look.
Sure.
And this will either be the right size, or I will probably go up one on you. But let's just. Okay.
So is that a short?
Yep, this is a short.
Wow,
This
and he's
is-
got a good. You got a. Not that you have a long neck, Jeff, but you have a regular size neck.
President, no neck. Yeah.
And I never use. There's these little pieces to slip in here. Sometimes I'll see people who use those, but the problem when you use these is once you pull this far, you're limited right there.
Right.
I like to go over, because then I can get, if it's a person with a smaller neck, then you can go right over if they have a small circumference
So
of
don't,
their neck.
okay.
You know, I don't even use
You don't use that.
this, because otherwise you're limited to right where the plastic touches.
Yeah.
So, let's try this again. And I realize this probably isn't the scenario you guys are using these. They're probably not sitting upright. They're probably out laying there.
Yeah, usually a little more alcohol involved and flailing and not as cooperative.
You didn't bring any vodka with your orange juice, there, Jeff?
Not today, anyway. So, am I getting a little tight on you here?
No.
Jeff hurt himself on the jobs.
I would probably go up a little more, because it just seems like you're able to move around a little too much. Like I want this actually well, it actually restricting. The problem I have is when I'm doing this for somebody and I'm talking to them and I can move this way and they can totally turn their head and follow me. It's not doing anything. So I'm gonna go up one more.
So a question we get asked all the time, Jamie, is what about showering?
Showering.
Can you shower with them on and then change out the pads, or what would you recommend for showering?
We usually do a separate collar called a Philly collar.
You do the Philly collar, okay.
Yeah.
So only use this one, and then when they take a shower, they use a different collar. Don't use
Yep.
this for showering. Okay.
So this is the next size up. This is a regular. This is probably where you're gonna be because I don't think. I think the big one would be too tall for you. And where do you guys see most of your patients for these? Is it in the ER?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
usually elderly trauma, or you get some young trauma, but
Well, part of that is having them laying down and sneaking it
Behind the
on.
neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You okay? Am I
Mm-hmm.
strangling you?
looks like a
No,
better
but this
fit.
is probably a better fit, yeah, for what we need it for, yeah.
So, at the same time, I don't wanna strangle you or cause you to lose your breath, but I don't want you to be able to move around a whole lot. And it's gonna be uncomfortable, and the people hate them, but that's what they're supposed to. I mean, they're not supposed to choke you, but they're supposed to lock you up so you can't move so you can't move. If it's not doing that, there's not much point in wearing it. Some other things you'll see is sometimes you'll get, like the foam will be rubbing on his ear. And sometimes you can just open it up a little bit here and there and rotate it, and that'll take it off. But sometimes no matter what you do, you're going to have some overhang touching their ear. And there's blue material. If it's irritating, you can just cut that and it reseals itself. You can cut it.
I don't know that.
And that's pretty much it with the Miami J's.
And what about this spare pad? Is this just for extra cushioning? Somebody who's bony, or the spare pad that comes
That
with
comes
the,
with it.
Yeah.
They send a spare set of pads with everyone because obviously you're gonna sweat with these on, and when you're eating you're gonna drop food in there. So when they get really nasty, then the pads are taken out. You put the new ones in. The old ones are just hand washed with warm soapy water,
Okay.
then air dried, and you keep switching between your two sets of pads.
Okay.
And they get dirty.
So that's something to instruct our patients when they're leaving what the spare pad is for.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever run into any of the other callers?
No, but the neurologists have been requesting this collar more often now, so it's not one we've used often, so
The new neurosurgeon.
the neurosurgeon is, yeah.
Dr. Gigante only likes Miami J's.
Yeah.
Dr. Harris prefers the Aspen Vista.
Oh.
That one's way easier. It might not be.
We have the Aspen. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's the Aspen Vista. This one's a one size fits all. So this one was so much easier, and you only have to have one, but it's just physician preference. They all come with extra pads. But this one, so, and then whenever you look on these, as long as you can read the writing, there's usually writing on each side that tells you which side's up. If it's upside down, it's upside down. But you'd be surprised how many times. I'm not saying it's on you guys' part, but patients will come in, this thing doesn't fit, and it's on upside down.
See, that actually matches your uniform better, Joe.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
You
it does.
probably
Wear that
introduced
today.
yourself before, but what do you do and where?
In the Southdale Medical Building, all orthotics.
Okay.
It's just Jamie from Orthotics,
Okay.
that's out there. Mhm.
Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
He's been trying to for 2 months, and then we're just trying to connect.
So, once you get that one on, just kind of get it to wherever, and then you'll have this little dial here. If you kind of put your fingers there, grab the dial, and you pull on it, then you turn it clockwise, and that lifts the chin piece up to the position wherever you need it to be. That's pretty much it. The only thing that's difficult with V's is when you run into someone who's got a small circumference in their neck. If you had, a neck about the size of my forearm, it kind of sits like this, and you're like, well, how do I get that up? All you do is you kind of contour this piece. So now it's more rounded, and then this piece will just
Go on.
wrap around the back, so it kind of makes it smaller. The other problem you can run into is if if they're a no-neck person, it sounds kind of weird, but you go and you line that up and just roll it in like that. And it's surprisingly it works. So if you're trying, the person that has no neck, you're always going kind of like this and you can't get it in, but you just stretch it open, sit it right in their chin, and it goes right in. That's the Aspen Vista. There's there's a regular Aspen collar. We use two. You guys want to kind of go over that one as well?
Do we have that one, Steve, or just the Vista?
We have it in,
I think the Aspen ones we have too.
for the pediatrics.
Yeah.
For pediatrics, we have that one.
Okay. Well, that one is, I think they have 4 sizes. And that's kind of, let's see. It's the same thing. Where you might be a tall. You're either a regular or a tall. And they come with extra padding too. Then you just have these pieces that kind of fold out. Okay. And you just fold everything out.
And for those of you who are online, we're actually taping this fitting exercise with Jamie, so it will be available on Fast Facts in the next few days, so you can see it online.
You did okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep, thank you. Yep. Appreciate it.
All over it. Steve's got it.
Okay. And then are you able to, is it restricting you, or it looks like it's not going to let you move around?
Yeah, it's really, I think it's doing its job.
Okay.
I know.
Another thing, sometimes patients will have irritation where the plastic's a little aggressive, pushing against their chin, and it's perfectly fine if that's doing that for them to kind of reach in and kind of work the plastic away from their skin, as long as they're not.
Yeah, because we
Moving their head over.
get patients that go in and they pull on it. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to work the plastic as long as they're not turning themselves into a bobblehead. And that's pretty much it for collars.
So we carry which ones?
You guys gotta
Aspen,
carry these
the
ones
Miami Jade,
and these ones for
and
sure.
The Aspen Vista?
We carry all
Vista.
three.
All three.
My question is, why carry the regular Aspen if the Aspen Vista is adjusted?
The regular Aspen we carry in pediatrics.
Because it's
yeah,
peds.
no,
The Vista, the Vista replaced that for our adults.
Perfect, that's what I wanted.
You don't need to pull a knife on me over there.
Most of like what I get, why we carry them, is because specific physicians want one kind, and other physicians prefer a different brand. And sometimes there's no rhyme or real reason why, it's just because.
But we get that here too, don't we?
So
Yeah, you
we-
could probably
so
get
we
it
have
more
the
than
Aspen for
that.
peds, Aspen Vista will be for, if they don't ask for a specific color and it's adult, it'll be an Aspen Vista. And then they can request an IMJ. Is that?
Actually, Dr. Gigante only likes Miami J's. That's the only reason we got them.
He still has
He
to
said-
request. I mean,
We have them.
I know, but
They have
he
to ask
said,
for it.
if you put on a collar, he has to say Miami J.
Right.
Otherwise, we're gonna assume Aspen Vista.
Yep.
Yeah, whenever you get Dr. Gigante, just assume this. Any questions regarding any of these things? Any problems you guys run into, or feel free? Not gonna hurt my feelings.